The Brush Beetdiggers began the 2004 baseball season on March 12th at the Fort Morgan Spring Classic against the Wiggins Tigers, and they got off to an excellent start with Josh Gutierrez and Brett Okeson drawing walks to begin the game. With one out, Jorge Fierro was at the plate, looking to drive in the first run of the year.
Here is the wind of the pitch, and he swings and laces it into left field for a base hit. Gutierrez scores easily. Okeson will hold up at third, and the Beetdiggers lead 1-0.
One batter later, James Ginther was looking to double the Diggers' total.
And the 0-1 to Ginther, and a curveball is swung on and popped up into short left center field. This one might land. Out goes the shortstop, and the ball does land beyond the shortstop's reach. Scoring as Okeson will call that a Texas League RBI single, and the Beetdiggers lead 2-0.
Terry Steiner then singled. Michael Cummings reached on a fielder's choice, and that brought up Eddie Sharman.
Now the big 1-2 pitch comes to the right-handed hitting DH. Here it is. Breaking ball swung on, a base hit into left field. Ginther's going to score. Rounding third, that runner's going to get in, and that will be Terry Steiner, a two-run single. For Eddie Sharman, the Beetdiggers double their lead. It's 4-0.
Josh Gutierrez made it 5-0, drawing a walk with the bases loaded. After Wiggins tallied a run in the bottom of the first inning, the Beetdiggers went to work once again in the top of the third. Michael Cummings led it off with a double into the left center field gap. With one down, Travis Bass drove in a run, making it 6-1. And then the Diggers took advantage of a hit by pitch, a walk, and two errors for four more runs and a 10-1 lead after 3 innings. And then the Diggers were not done as the game went to the fourth inning, leading by 9. With one down, Travis Bass singled. 2 batters later, Brett Okeson reached on an error after Pepe Aguilar walked. Up to the plate was Jorge Fierro.
And this kid is big and strong. The cleanup hitter, the pitch. He swings and laces it into left center field for a base hit. Bass scores. Okeson rounds third. He will score. The ball gets loose in the outfield. Runner to third is Aguilar. To second is Fierro. Aguilar takes off for the plate. Ball loose in the infield. He slides in safely. 3-run score in the play. It's a 2-run single for Jorge Fierro and an error on the center fielder for Wiggins, Dustin Weber, and the Beetdiggers now lead 13-1.
Wiggins added 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning, but that was it. The Beetdiggers win their opener in 5 innings, 13-3, as Fierro finished with 2 hits and 4 runs batted in, and Roberts Rubalcaba was the winning pitcher, throwing just 56 pitches, allowing 4 hits. The second game of the regular season would also take place on March 12th at the Fort Morgan Spring Classic at American Legion Field against the Fort Morgan Mustangs. The Mustangs exploded for 9 runs in the top of the first inning on 6 hits, fueled by a 3-run double from Jeff Chasau. In the bottom of the first, the Beetdiggers were vying for a rally of their own. Josh Gutierrez doubled, Brett Okeson singled him to third, and then 2 batters later, Jorge Fierro was inside the batter's box.
The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, line to right center field. That is a base hit. That will score 2 easily. Okeson crosses home plate. He crosses home plate behind Gutierrez. And the Diggers trail by 9 now. It's 11-2 on the 2-run single by the power-hitting Jorge Fierro. He now has 6 runs batted in today.
The Beetdiggers added a run in the bottom of the 3rd inning and 1 in the 5th. However, Fort Morgan had 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning, and they won the game 14-4 as the Beetdiggers generated only those 3 first-inning hits off of Casey Lipple to drop to 1-1 on the season. The Beetdiggers would play their 3rd and final game of the Fort Morgan Spring Classic on March 13th against Moffat County, and Brush got the scoring started in the bottom of the 1st inning when Josh Gutierrez doubled and Brett Okeson singled. They would come around to score later on in the inning with Jorge Fierro in scoring position. The batter was James Ginther.
And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a drive into the right center field gap. That one is headed for the fence. Crossing home plate is Sharman. Ginther around first. He's headed into second. He will be in there easily with an RBI double. And the Beetdiggers lead 3-0, and we're still in the bottom of the 1st inning.
As good as that inning was for the Beetdiggers, the bottom of the 2nd would be that much better. With 2 down and 1 on, Brett Okeson walked, and Jose Aguilar did the same to load the bases for Jorge Fierro.
The wind and the first pitch. Fierro swings and drives it deep into right center field. That ball is way back. It's a grand slam for Jorge Fierro. And the Beetdiggers, just like that, lead 7-0 here in the top half of the 2nd inning.
The rally was not over, however, as Terry Steiner walked. James Ginther and Michael Cummings were hit by pitches, and then 2 other Beetdiggers reached base on errors by Moffat County. Josh Gutierrez singled in a run, and then Brett Okeson was looking to drive in even more.
And the pitch. He swings and drives it into deep left field. That one's headed well over the head of the left fielder. Bass rounds third. He will score. Racing towards third is Gutierrez. He's being sent home. Okeson into second with a double. A 2-run double for the Beetdiggers, who now have tallied 9 in the frame. Brush 13. Moffett County nothing, make it a 10-run inning for the Diggers.
And it was 13-0 going into the top of the third inning when Moffett County scored 3 times, making it a 10-run game. But the Beetdiggers would explode once again in the bottom of the third inning. Pepe Aguilar certainly contributed to the offense.
And the 1-0 pitch to Aguilar. And he swings and drives it into left field for a base hit. 2 runs will score. Bass crosses home plate. Here comes Josh Gutierrez. That throw's going to be way late. And it's a 2-run single for Pepe. And the Beetdiggers add on another pair. They lead 18-3. They have 5 in this third inning.
The next hitter was the red-hot Jorge Fierro.
Here is the payoff pitch. Fierro swings and a ground ball through the middle. A base hit. That's going to be a 2-run single. Okeson scores. And behind him, here is Pepe Aguilar. And the Beetdiggers now have tallied 7 in the frame. Brush 20. Moffett County 3.
The score was 21-3 after 3 innings. Moffett County would score 3 runs in the top of the 4th inning, but the Beetdiggers would also play some excellent defense.
Swung on, chopped to third. This could be a double play. Ginther goes to second. That's 1. Okeson to first. That is 2. Whoa. 5, 4, 3. And the Beetdiggers get out of further damage by Moffett County, even though that play was questionable at first base.
The Beetdiggers would tally another run in the bottom of the 4th inning to win the game 22-6 with a 15-hit attack. Winning pitcher Fierro drove in 6 runs with a grand slam and 2 singles. Josh Gutierrez was 4 for 4 with an RBI and 5 runs scored. Brett Okeson also had a perfect day, going 3 for 3 with 3 runs batted in. The Beetdiggers with a win improved to 2-1 on the year. Next up for the Beetdiggers was a doubleheader in Estes Park against the Bobcats on March 20th. In the opening game, Brush exploded for 8 runs in the first inning, getting 2 singles from Brett Okeson, an RBI triple from Michael Cummings, and a 2-run single from James Ginther. They extended that lead to 10-0 after 2 as Bryson Lassiter drove in 2 runs with a triple. Then it was 12-0 Beetdiggers after 2.5 innings as Josh Gutierrez and Brett Okeson both scored after singling earlier in the inning. After Estes Park scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the Beetdiggers kept it going in the top of the 4th inning. Michael Cummings and Bryson Lassiter delivered back-to-back triples. Travis Bass drove in a run. Then Pepe Aguilar with a second RBI of the game with a groundout. Jorge Fierro capped off the scoring with a run-scoring double. It was 16-5 as the game went to the top of the 5th inning when James Ginther and Michael Cummings began the inning with walks. 2 batters later, Travis Bass was inside the batter's box.
Pitch-o. Swung on, grounded over the mound, headed for center field. That's a base hit. Ginther is rounding third. He's being sent home. Cummings to third. It's a run-scoring single for Travis Bass. Bass now with 3 runs batted in on the day, and the Beetdiggers lead by a dozen. It's 17-5.
The Beetdiggers would continue to score, thanks in part to Josh Gutierrez.
Pitch to Josh. He swings and pops it into left center field. That one's headed for the gap, and that one is into the gap for a base hit. Headed to third is Bass. The second is Gutierrez. Crossing home plate is Cummings. And the Beetdiggers now lead by a score of 18-5.
Brush would score 5 runs in the 5th inning and win the game 21-5. Gutierrez and Okeson fueled the offense with 3 hits apiece. Gutierrez stole 3 bases, drove in a run, and scored 4 times. Okeson had 2 steals with an RBI and 3 runs scored. Michael Cummings had 2 triples and 4 runs scored. Travis Bass had 3 hits and 3 runs batted in. The Beetdiggers, who picked up 19 hits, improved to 3-1, with Robert Rubalcaba getting the win on the mound, upping his record to 2-0. The second game of the doubleheader against Estes Park would prove to be a lot more competitive. The Beetdiggers began the scoring in the top of the 1st inning on a sacrifice fly from Bryson Lassiter, scoring Brett Okeson. But in the bottom of the 1st inning, John Wenzel of Estes Park drove in Rob Wilson with a single, and the game was deadlocked at 1. 1 inning later, James Ginther was hit by a pitch, would come around to score to give the Diggers a 2-1 lead. With 2 down, Josh Gutierrez was looking to add to that Beetdigger advantage.
In a pitch, he swings and grounds it inside the third base line for a base hit. Here comes Pepe to score. Josh around first. He's headed for second. That ball's made it to the corner. He's going to try for 3. He is in there standing. It's a run-scoring triple for Josh Gutierrez. Give the Beetdiggers another run in this inning. They now lead 3-1.
Meanwhile, Bryson Lassiter was neutralizing the Bobcat hitters, accomplishing a rather rare feat in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
2-2 pitch. Curveball swung on and missed. He struck him out, and Lassiter strikes out 4 in the bottom half of the third inning. He has 8 in the game.
But despite the fact the Bobcats were not hitting the baseball, it was still a close game at 3-1. As the game ventured into the top of the 6th inning, the Beetdiggers had 2 on base with 1 down, and Josh Gutierrez looking to change the entire fabric of the game on just 1 swing.
The pitch. He swings and drives it into left field for a base hit. Cummings scores, holding up at third is Aguilar, but the ball gets through the left fielder all the way to the fence. Gutierrez has 2. Gutierrez has 3. They're sending him home. Here comes Josh. He will score standing up. And the Beetdiggers scored 3 on that at bat. They now lead 6-1.
The Bobcats would not go away, however, tallying 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning, making it 6-4. But then Estes Park helped out Brush in the top of the 7th, committing 2 key errors, leading to 4 Brush runs. They won the game 10-4 as Bryson Lassiter ended up striking out 13 hitters, allowing just 1 base hit and getting his first win of the year. The Beetdiggers as a team improved to 4-1 on the season. Brush's 6th game of the regular season would take place on March 27th in Alt against the Highland Huskies, and once again the Diggers had a big inning, exploding for 7 runs in the second frame while pounding out 13 hits and beating up Highland 13-1. Winning pitcher Jorge Fierro took a no-hitter into the 4th while registering 2 hits and driving in 4 runs. Bryson Lassiter contributed with a single, double, triple, and 3 RBIs. Brett Okeson also had 3 hits and 3 runs batted in as well. The Beetdiggers won their 4th consecutive game, upping their record to 5 wins and 1 loss. The Beetdiggers would be involved in another doubleheader, this time at Sunset Park against Weld Central on April the 3rd. In the opening game, Weld Central grabbed a 1-0 lead on a first-inning single from Jason Swartz. In the bottom of the first inning, the Beetdiggers would respond. Josh Gutierrez led off with a walk. Brett Okeson singled him to second. Pepe Aguilar then singled. Jorge Fierro's sacrifice fly tied the game at 1. James Ginther's fielder's choice gave Brush a 2-1 lead. The next hitter was Terry Steiner.
And the pitch. Breaking ball is lined into left center field for a base hit. Ginther is rounding third, and it's bobbled out there by Kyle Bell, so Ginther scores easily, and the Beetdiggers now lead 3-1 on the RBI single from T.S. Terry Steiner.
It was 3-2 as Weld Central scored a run in the top of the 3rd inning on another RBI single from Jason Swartz, but after Steiner led off the bottom of the 4th with a walk, 2 batters later, Luke Bollinger was looking to drive him in with Steiner at second base.
And the 1-0 pitch. He swings and hits it into the right center field gap. Nobody will get to that one. That one's going all the way to the fence. Rounding third and scoring is Terry Steiner. Bollinger holds up with a long single, but it's a run-scoring single, and the Beetdiggers now lead 4-2.
The Rebels responded with a run in the top of the 5th inning, making it 4-3. It was still 4-3 as the game went to the top of the 7th inning, but that's when Brush committed 2 critical errors and fell behind 5-4. Brush could not score in the bottom of the 7th inning, and they lost the opening game of the doubleheader by that 5-4 count, falling to 0-1 in the Blue Division of the Patriot League and 5-2 overall, thus snapping their 4-game winning streak. The second game of the doubleheader would prove to be a pitching duel between Brush's Jorge Fierro and Weld Central's Ryan Leachman. Scoreless after 4 innings, Weld Central finally broke through in the top of the 5th, thanks in part to Fierro's wildness as he walked 3 batters in the frame, but the Beetdiggers were not done trailing by 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. With 1 down, Anthony Gonzalez walked, Travis Bass singled, and that brought up the team's best hitter in Josh Gutierrez.
0-1 pitch. Swung on and driven into center field for a base hit. 1 run is in. Rounding third is Travis Bass. Throw to the plate. There's a slide. He's safe. And Gutierrez into second on a 2-run single. And the Beetdiggers draw to within 1. It's 3-2.
So with Josh in scoring position, Brett Okeson was next.
The pitch. Breaking ball is lined up the middle for a base hit. Gutierrez is going to round third. Here comes Josh around to score, and the game is tied at 3. The throw goes through, throw to second, and Okeson is in there. He delivers the run-scoring single.
Okeson would score later in the inning on an error by Weld Central shortstop Ruben Gallegos, so the Beetdiggers led 4-3, but Weld Central came right back with 2 runs in the top of the 6th inning, making it 5-4 Rebels. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Terry Steiner and Anthony Gonzalez reached with base hits, setting it up for Travis Bass vying to tie the game.
And the pitch to Bass. And he swings and drills it into left field for a base hit. 1 run is in, and now the ball is bobbled out in left field, but all hands stay there, first, second, and third on the run-scoring single from Travis Bass, and we are tied at 5.
Later on in the inning, Brett Okeson was looking for a second run-scoring single in as many innings.
The set by Montez, and the pitch. Swung on and lined into left field for a base hit. Rounding third is Gonzalez. He is going to score. Taking off for third is Bass. Okeson going for second. The throw, the slide. He's safe. Okeson with a run-scoring single. It scores AG, and the Beetdiggers do take the lead in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's 6-5.
And now it was all up to Fierro as Weld Central came to bat in the top of the 7th inning. After inducing pop-ups to Ryan Leachman and Kyle Bell, Jason Schwartz was Weld Central's final chance.
Fierro, one more strike, and he can secure the victory for the Diggers. And the 1-2 to Schwartz. Swung on and missed. He struck him out on the curveball, and the Beetdiggers win the game 6-5, nothing doing in the 7th for Weld Central.
With the victory, the Beetdiggers improved to 1-1 in the Blue Division of the Patriot League and 6-2 overall. After not playing a game for 9 days, the Beetdiggers would play another doubleheader out of the Patriot League against the Yuma Indians at home on April the 12th. In the bottom of the 1st inning, the Beetdiggers had a man on and 2 outs, and at the plate was Bryson Lassiter.
1-0 pitch, and he swings and drives it deep into left field. Vanderray is back. It's over his head up against the fence. Here comes Gutierrez. He will score easily into second base as Lassiter with an RBI double, and the Beetdiggers grab a 1-0 first inning lead.
2 out hits would be the theme of this game as 1 inning later, Brett Okeson was inside the batter's box with Terry Steiner in scoring position.
Pitch. Swung on and driven to left field. That will land in front of Vanderray. Tries to trap the ball. Gets away from him. Steiner will round third. He will score, and the Beetdiggers lead 2-0 on the Brett Okeson RBI single. And for Brett, his 12th run batted into the season.
Yuma cut the lead in half with a run in the top of the 3rd inning, but back came the Diggers in the bottom of the 4th inning. 2 down, 2 on, and at the plate once again was Okeson.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 2 on. The Beetdiggers in the lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Murphy at the belt. The pitch. Okeson swings and lines it into the left center field gap. That's a base hit. Aguilar scores. Ginther around third. He will score. And Okeson with his 3rd RBI of the game, a 2-run single. And the Beetdiggers now lead 4-1.
Okeson would come around to score later on in the frame for a 5-1 Beetdigger lead. It was 5-2 heading into the bottom of the 6th inning when with 1 out, Travis Bass reached on an error, got into scoring position after stealing a base, and Josh Gutierrez had that RBI opportunity right in his hip pocket.
It'll be a 1-2 pitch to Gutierrez. Kinnison looks back at second. Still looking. The pitch. Breaking ball is grounded left side, up the middle. Shortstop can't get it. Goes into center field for a base hit. Rounding third is Bass. The throw to the plate is up the third base line. He's in there, and Gutierrez takes second on the throw. He delivers the RBI single. Beetdiggers lead by a score of 6-2.
Bryson Lassiter was in on this RBI party.
In the first, 2-0 in the second, 2-1 in the third, 5-1 in the fourth, and now it's 6-2. The pitch. Breaking ball is grounded weakly left side. That one might find the outfield. It does. A base hit. Gutierrez rounds third. It's a run-scoring single for Lassiter, and the Beetdiggers lead 7-2.
2 batters later, Pepe was inside the box, looking to extend the lead even more.
Breaking ball is grounded left side for a base hit into left field. Rubalcaba should score easily. Vanderray bobbles the ball out there. It's a run-scoring single for Pepe. The Beetdiggers with 3 in this bottom half of the 6th inning. They now lead 8-2.
That would be the final score as Lassiter got the victory, pitching into the 6th inning, striking out 8, improving to 2-0. Brett Okeson had 3 hits and drove in 3 runs. The Diggers were now 2-1 in the Blue Division of the Patriot League and 7-2 overall.